Hi everyone, I'm Needlecraft Dani. This is Flosstube number 107, and I'm here for you with my web updates, with some plans, some haul, and yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to show you all my remaining WIPs. There are not a lot left, and they're getting less and less by the week. So let's get started with my travel stitching as always. This week travel stitching was Hello Petal by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. This is going to be the finished piece, and together with a real life friend and whoever else wants to join, I'm stitching this one as a stitch along. We started on the 28th of October, and then one part will be released each month. So part 2 we started on the 28th of November, and part 3 will then be started on the 28th of December. So yeah, I should presently stitch on part 2, and I showed a picture of what it looked like last time you saw it, when I had just finished part number 1. And I actually can't believe it myself, but I already finished part number 2. That's super amazing. I finished part number 2 in only 1 week. I don't know why I had so much stitching time. I really don't, but I'm really happy I did. And I have finished part number 2, which also means I have finished my year-end goal on this one. As I said, part number 3 will be started on the 28th of December. If in those last few days of the year I then will finish part number 3, well, that's perfect. If not, this will continue to be my travel stitching piece. But yeah, I'm really happy that I finished part 2. It was a lot smaller than part number 1 was. I mean, there was a ton of gray in this sheet, but otherwise there wasn't a whole lot of stitching in part number 2, especially because all of the grass was already finished with part number 1. But yeah, I'm just really happy with how it's turning out. It's stitched on 28 count even weave. I'm stitching 1/1 full crosses, and the needleminder is from Denka Designs. Sorry. It's early in the morning, and sometimes my voice wakes up a lot later than I myself do. So yeah, this is Hello Petal. I'm super happy with how it's turning out, and I can't wait for part number 3, but that takes 3 more weeks until I can start on that. And that's fine because it's December, it's busy. I have a few more goals I want to finish this year, and then a few more plans for after that. So I think I'm fine. Okay, let's move to the project I wanted to stitch on the beginning of the week to hopefully finish as much as possible. And I actually finished my goal on Monday. The project was Northern Expressions Needlework by, the project is Twisted by Assembler by Northern Expressions Needlework. It's written the other way around, I think, so it's always confusing. This is going to be the finished piece, and last time you saw this, I was working on band number 12 down here, and finishing band number 12 was my year-end goal on this one. So I show a picture of what it looked like last time here. And I finished band number 12 down to here. So I reached the corner. You can see I turned the corner. And with the leftover thread, I did not park it up here, but I started band number 13, which once again will be a cross stitch band. And I started with the first few stitches until my thread ran out. So yeah, really happy with this project. I have turned the corner. The bands are getting smaller again, and I'm really close to finishing this one. It is stitched on a 32 count white opalescent linen. I'm stitching 1/2 full crosses, and all the specialty stitches are stitched with 1 strand of floss as well, except for the satin stitches in band number 10. Those are stitched with 2 strands. Needleminder is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I'm stitching with the called for dinky dies. There's a conversion for Over-Reservoir, one for DMC, and one for the dinky dies, and I decided to go with the dinky dies, and I'm very happy with that. It does look really good. And I can't wait to have it done. But that's a goal for next year. Not going to happen this year. But yeah, really beautiful piece. And yeah, I enjoy stitching on it every time. Although in band number 12, those specialty stitches, those are tiny, tiny, tiny. And you had to do a lot of them. So you can get bored by them. But actually on Monday, having my goal in mind, wanting to finish my goal, it actually wasn't a problem at all, or not as much as it had been before when I was stitching band number 12, but the other color, and I was stitching on it at work. I actually sometimes put it away to talk to colleagues instead, because I wasn't feeling it. There was a lot of repeats, and that can get boring. But now the bands are getting smaller again, and therefore not as many repeats of the specialty stitches. So that shouldn't happen again, and I can't really wait to actually have this project done. But as I said, that's going to happen next year. Okay, then we move to the piece I did stitch on every day a little bit. So I was shooting for 2 strands of floss every day to hopefully finish my goal by Sunday. So the project I'm talking about is Sleepy Hollow by Glendon Place. That is going to be the finished piece. And this year I wanted to finish the first row of pages, which cuts into about here somewhere. So I'll show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And I have finished my goal. Really happy about that. Basically, I did stitch 2 strands of floss every day, except for Saturday, where I had 2 strands of floss where I needed 2/3, and then I had stitched everything in the piece or in an area where I could reach it, and had to pack away the floss. So that's something I would normally do as well. If I end up with 2/3 of a strand and my goal was 1 strand of floss, I then always take the next color as well, just because I really want to do, I don't want to do less than I set my goal on. So on Sunday I had to do 3 lengths of thread to actually finish my goal, so not a whole lot more. So since you saw it last, I did stitch all of this cloak over here. I did, I think, a little bit more in here. And I might have done a little bit more in his trousers that you can't really see on camera because they are blue, as is the fabric. Back here in the cloak, that's Krennic, and especially this nearly black Krennic I really like. It looks amazing. Yeah, that's that. This one is stitched on a 28 count casual linen in the colorway Haunted by Picture This Plus. I'm stitching 2/2 crosses with the called for anchor colors. There's a conversion on there for DMC and one for Sullivan's USA. But I went with anchor. It was charted in anchor, so as well with DMC and Sullivan's USA, you have 2 symbols that use the same thread color, because those thread colors were the closest to the anchor ones. So I decided to go with anchor ones because they are also a lot easier to get here in Germany than is DMC. So yeah, and that's now it. I finished the first row of pages with all the back stitching, all the Krennic and all the beads. And next year I can move further down and finish the picture. Yeah, just wanted to show it once again. In here, those are some beads. There's a lot of Krennic in here, over here, and as I said, on the back of his cloak. In here is a little bit of Krennic, and I think you can see that the back stitching is done. In most parts, some parts there's a lot of black, so you can't really see the black back stitching, but it is there. Yeah, I think I didn't say the needleminder is from Blanca Designs. Otherwise, I think I said everything, and I showed you my Sleepy Hollow, which I'm really happy about. So let's move to my next book. First I have to roll this up. But then we will move to the project I haven't finished my goal on yet. And there are only 2 left, so that's not a lot. First one is Raven Queen by Maribel. Yeah, that's going to be the finished piece. This year I want to finish the first half of the piece, and basically this backstitch line in here is the halfway point. So everything above that I want to finish this year. And I showed a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. So basically I stitched all on to the left of her, finished all of that with the backstitch line down here. I did a little bit more in her dress up here. So the backstitch line touching her dress would not touch in a place where I haven't stitched the cross stitches yet, but instead I did those so the backstitch line could touch. And I think I did a little bit more of some gray in here as well because I had finished the backstitch line and still had some thread on my needle. So with the same color, and the backstitch is done with 2 strands and my crosses are done with 2 strands. I just continued stitching and did those full crosses until my thread then ran out. So basically all that's left to do on her this year is finish her dress, and I think I have some backstitching in this glove over here to do. Otherwise, finishing her dress, all the backstitching in her dress and all the beads, and she will be done for this year. And my goal will be done on her. She is stitched on a 32 count gray linen, and I'm stitching 2 over 2 full crosses, needleminder from Danka Designs. Yeah, I started with her, I think, on Tuesday, and I wanted to stitch until that left side is done. And I think I only needed until Wednesday to actually finish that. So I'm really happy about that. And yeah, she looks beautiful, and I can't wait to start stitching on her today. But we'll talk about that during plans. Okay. And now let's move to my last project I stitched on this week. And that project was Cinderella Rags to Riches by John Elliott. I'm stitching this piece over here, so the combined version. But this year I only want to finish Cinderella in rags. So I'll show you a picture of what she looked like last time here. And on her, I did a ton of progress. So this is where she's at right now. I'm so happy. So basically I started stitching on her on Thursday, which meant 4 stitching days on her. Some of them were really good stitching days, and I basically filled in all of her skirt. And did a bit more on the broomstick. I started on this bucket over here. So yeah, I'm just really happy with how much I did. I did a little bit more backstitching in this towel over here and over here. Yeah, I think that's it. I did not yet do the red backstitching in her towels because I totally forgot. But that will come probably tomorrow. And yeah, I started with her first leg. I don't know if you can see those. There are some skin stitches. So I'm really happy. There's only, I think, less than 10 stitches below that, and I have reached the bottom of the design. So I'm getting really close. There's a little bit of green missing in here. Otherwise the green is done. And yeah, I can then move to the pumpkins and to the broom itself and her feet and shoes. So yeah, I'm getting really, really close on her. She's stitched on a 28 count casual linen in the colorway Fog by Pictures Plus, needleminder from Danka Designs. And I'm stitching her 2 over 2 full crosses. And I'm working from the top to the bottom. I have a backstitch as I go, and all the crannock and all the beads are already done. in her. And yeah, can't wait to have her done. And I hope that happens this week. It should happen this week, but yeah, I really hope. So let's talk about plans. I only have 2 projects left where my goal is not yet done. Today and tomorrow, I have nothing planned except for stitching and this video. It's already noon, so I do hope that with editing and uploading this video, I can start stitching at around 2 p.m. That would mean I get around 10 hours of stitching time. My plan for today is to finish Raven Queen, finish my goal on her, and hopefully have some time left. I doubt that. Raven Queen has quite some bit of stitching left to do, and more importantly, there are a ton of beads in my Raven Queen, so that always takes a lot longer than stitching. So I do hope to actually finish Raven Queen today. Cinderella Rags to Riches is next. So whenever I finish my goal on Raven Queen, I will move on to Cinderella Rags to Riches in the hopes of finishing her latest by Wednesday. That would be amazing to finish my goal on her on Wednesday. Because then on Thursday, I could start rotating through all my WIPs once again. I would do that starting on Thursday. I think I'm set to the 22nd of December. Then I would take a break over Christmas and restart my rotation through all my WIPs on the 28th of December. The order in which I will rotate through them is going to be the first project I have finished my goal this year will be the first project I stitch on, and then so on. So Cinderella Rags to Riches will then be stitched on New Year's Eve, on the 31st of December, because she will be the last one I finish my goal on. And it actually works out that Hello Puzzle will be on, I think, the 29th of December, which means part 3 has already been started and I can actually stitch on it. I'm not going to show you the projects first before I stitch on them, because doing that, I will show you basically all of my projects each week, and that's not going to happen. This break I talked about, starting on the 23rd, I think, till the 27th of December. I'm still going to stitch those days, I think. I should get at least a little bit of time. That time will be used on Mini Cinderella by Having Enough Designs, because I still have to go to maybe finish her next year. But to be able to achieve that, I have to stitch on her a lot this year. So that's going to be the plan. Rotating through my WIPs in the order I reached my goal on. And then taking a break on Mini Cinderella, or with Mini Cinderella, and then continuing my rotating. Yeah, those are the plans until the end of the year. But for that to happen, I really should finish Cinderella Rags to Riches latest on Wednesday. Otherwise, I don't really have the time to rotate through my WIPs, because this Christmas break, I'm going to visit my parents, and I don't want to take a whole lot of projects with me, especially when I'm stitching only one day on those. It's just not worth it, and therefore we will see about that. But so far, that's the plan. And we'll see how that works out. So you will know next Monday if I finish my Cinderella on Wednesday or not. If this happens and I stitch on one project every day, I will try to do an Instagram post every day, but I'm really bad about that. I will try. Yeah, so that's basically everything I've planned for the rest of the year, because we're really close to reaching that, and only a few days left in 2021, and then we will start 2022. I said it before, on the 1st of January I will upload a WIP parade. where I also show all the finishes I had this year and where I really talk in depth about my plans for next year and show you all the projects and my goal on them and so on. So that's going to happen on the 1st of January. Now, let's move to haul, because I really felt the urge to gift myself something I this year don't have in advance, and I really wanted one, and I just did not find one that I liked. And yeah, so I ended up without one, and that's why I decided to buy myself something, and yeah, call it good. Christmas gift for myself. So I went to the Golden Kites website, and I actually got a few patterns on there. And this time I actually bought the PDF so I can stitch on them in Pattern Keeper, which is pretty amazing because my Golden Kite so far, I can't do that, and it is annoying. First one I got, because next year I think I want to finish the Colorado Mountains one, so I need another nature piece. And I bought Sunset at Lake. This one does exist in the small versions, but the tree was super blurred, and you couldn't really see all the branches and stuff. So I decided to go with the big version, and yeah, that's going to be the finished piece. Then I bought a really small one called Old Book here. Then I bought something Sarah Stitching Mommy is stitching on, and I love it. I'm so happy she chose that one to be a focus piece for next year, because I can't wait to see the finished piece. And I bought the pattern. This is Knitting Moment. I love the picture. I really do. And the last one is the Boudoir. This one was charted by Heaven and Earth Designs as well, and they had it as a freebie, and I think it's called the Stitches Retreat, and it's not available anymore. It's retired, and I really love this piece. So when I saw it on the Golden Kite website, I knew I had to buy it. So I did. I have no plans at all to start any of those anytime soon. Probably the next new start on this channel will happen in 2023. That's quite a while to go, especially for coverage, because I'm planning so far to finish one full coverage piece until 2023, and I have 11 of them. So I'm not sure I want to start any full coverage anytime soon, but well. But because my videos are kind of getting shorter, because I don't have a lot of projects to show you anymore, I decided I wanted to show you all my full coverage pattern stash, which basically means Heaven and Earth Designs and those 4 Golden Kites I just showed you because I bought them. But I thought I would show you all my Heaven and Earth Designs I bought over the years. And I'm going through them alphabetically because I have sorted them alphabetically in my stash. So let's get started. First one is Almost Winter, the max color version. The artwork is by Leonid Fremov, and that's going to be the finished piece. As I said, with none of those I have any intention of starting them anytime soon, but I do love all of those, so I thought I'd show them. So, Almost Winter, max colors. Next one is The Amazing Animal Kingdom, also max color version. The artwork is by Amy Stewart. With this one, I'm not yet sure. I'm still thinking about buying the supersized version or the supersized max color version, or just starting this one because it's a little bit smaller. I have no idea. So even if I feel the urge to start this one, I probably wouldn't, because I'm still not sure which version I want. Then we have Battle by Daniel Eskridge. So you will see some of them. I just have the cover picture, and some of them I have a few more pieces of paper in here. All of those who have more pieces of paper basically means I bought them before Pattern Keeper, and I printed the first row of pages plus the first page of row 2 and put them all together. And I haven't sorted it out yet. After I got Pattern Keeper, they're just in there because I still have the space in my folder. It's getting tight, but so far it works. And therefore, those are in this binder. So this is Battle by Daniel Eskridge. It's super big, so not sure if I will ever stitch it, but I like it. Next one is Story Keep Cinderella, artwork is by Melanie Dellen. I love this piece. I'm stitching the Story Keep the Frog Prince, so I think I might want to stitch all the fairy tales. By the way, I said they are ordered alphabetically. That means I ignore all the Story Keeps, I ignore Quick Stitch, I ignore Mini. I just go after the name of the pattern. Next is one of my favorites, Dark Waters by Jessica Elaine. So whenever I'm having the urge to start some full coverage, this will be next, except if I don't want to start a big one, because she is a big lady. She's beautiful. I love this piece so much. Next we have Gargoyles of Notre Dame by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Beautiful. Also by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, Mini Golden Eyed Dragonling. Then we have artwork by Lisa Parker, Gothic Girl. Yeah, that's beautiful. So much black, but so beautiful. Artwork by Zelina Fennick and New Himba. Artwork by Kate Powell, L'Effet Papillon. Mini L'Effet Papillon. Then we have artwork by Anya Kai, Little Red Riding Hood. This one is also, I would love to have this finished, but stitching it would mean so much gray and black and probably dark browns. It would probably annoy me, but it's so beautiful. Yeah. I think I want to stitch this one time. Then we have artwork by Amy Brown, Memory of Wings. I love this. Yeah. I don't know what to say with each of those, but I love them all. Mini Mending a Broken Heart, again, Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Then we have Mini Mulan, again, artwork by Melanie Dellen. This is one that I kind of put into this fairy tale thing I talked about with Story Keep Cinderella, where I want to stitch all of those fairy tales. I kind of put her in there as well. I know it's not an official fairy tale, but yeah, it's Mulan. I really love the Disney movie. But with the Story Keep, I felt like you couldn't see as much, especially of this part, so it was basically cut there. And I just think it needed the mini. It needed something more. So I bought the mini. Then we have artwork by Randall Spangler, Mini No More Dragon Breath. It's just super cute. I love all of his pieces. They are all so cute. I really like dragons, and yeah. Then we have, again, artwork by Melanie Dellen, Story Keep Pocahontas. This one as well counts into those fairy tales I just talked about. Yeah. She will be amazing. She has so many bright colors. And next one is, again, artwork by Zelina Fennick, Ravenkin. It's a beautiful. So much black, but again, so beautiful. Next one is artwork by Michel Cherevkov, Quick Stitch Salvatore. This is one of the pieces I bought during one of the last sales by Heaven and Earth Designs with the help of one of my lovely viewers who actually gifted me a gift certificate for Heaven and Earth Designs, and that's when I bought this one. Next is Mini Sea Beacon, again artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. I have a lot of hers. Then we have artwork by Chiru Marchetti with Quick Stitch Spirit of Winter Robin. This is another one I bought with the gift certificate. Then we have, I think, yeah, this was a limited edition artwork by Lisa Parker, so Spirit of Salem. I think in this one, stitching 25 count 2/1 for crosses, you would need 50 skeins of black. That's a lot. I mean, I wouldn't stitch it on a 25 count 2/1 for crosses. I just don't like that. That's too bulky for me. But still, it's a lot of black. Then we have artwork by Randall Spangler, Quick Stitch Treasure Quest. That's so cute. Probably a lot of confetti down here, but just so cute. Next one is artwork by Chris Ortega, The Veil of Death. I do like that. I think it's also the big version. I thought about the mini, but it lost so much detail that I decided to go with the big one. Then we have The Right King Beauty. The artwork is by Sherry Gerhardt. This is the next one I bought with the lovely gift certificate. And I just, How to Train Your Dragon, I just love that movie and all those movies. So when this one came out, I knew I wanted it, and a few months later I then bought it. Next is, again, Randall Spangler, Mini Virus Detected. With this one as well, I really kind of feel the urge to start it, but I'm not sure if this is the right version or if I want to start the full version for this one. So, not happening at the moment. And the last one is artwork by Babette Vandenberg, Witchcraft Max Colors. Not sure I'm ever going to stitch this because it's really big, a lot of black, and but I love it. So yeah, that's the last one. So I do have a whole lot of full coverage pieces, probably enough to last me a lifetime, which is kind of sad to say because I'm 27. But I probably shouldn't buy any more full coverages. And then last week I bought 4. So that's it. That's life. And if I don't stitch all of them, that's fine as well, because I enjoy looking at pretty pictures. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, don't have anything more. So I'm now going to end this video to hopefully start stitching really fast and finish my Raven Queen today. You will know about that next Monday. So stay safe, stay healthy, and see you then. Bye!